The types of guys you could avoid, the thing is that nice girls will get used. If you're a broke nice girl, you're gonna get abused by men who are super rich and who promise you the world. If you're a rich nice girl, you're gonna get abused by guys who are like this. These are the types of guys you should avoid. Let me tell you something before we watch the video. One, physically and verbally abusive guys. Two, narcissistic men. And three, broke guys. And it's not the fact that being broke is a bad trait, because there are some good broke people out there, but it's a reflection of certain things about your character. There's a certain point, or even there's a certain point where if you're at a certain point of your life and you're still broke, or you still and you have, or you haven't moved up somehow in your life, like you went from fucking 30K to 40K, that kind of type of shit, right? It's a reflection of, it's a character flaw. You're not planning long term. You don't know how to create and keep plans. That's not the kind of trait you want to give your kid from him. You get what I'm trying to say? So we're going to watch this video. I'm going to give you guys my take on it. And so yeah, let's begin this. By the way, ladies, I am going to start selling my course, Nice Girl. We're going to start tomorrow, actually. It's only available in November. I may consider it putting it to sell all year long after this, to be honest with you. I gotta pay for my school. So yeah, let's so in 2 days you guys are gonna be, from tomorrow on, you guys are gonna be able to purchase it, okay? Let's begin.
He's making a sacrifice to leave his brother behind. For me, I of course would want them to come to America because he deserves that. He deserves to have his family by his side.
Wait a minute.
What's this shit?
Amber and Daniel had an interesting
What'd
problem.
she say?
Come to America. He's making a sacrifice to leave his brother behind. For me, I of course would want them to come to America because...
Wait, I don't know if you guys remember this, but last time she was saying she will never pay for his family members to come. She's literally gonna pay for her family members to come.
Because he deserves
He definitely got his white savior.
that. He deserves to have his family by his side.
Wait a minute.
Amber and Daniel had an interesting problem at the beginning of the show.
First of all, red flag, she's 30 and he's 23. That's the first red flag.
Daniel wanted Amber to support his family coming to the U.S. She seemed insulted by the request, knowing...
And notice, the way it works is that, the way manipulation works is that they first tell you something small. It's a small, like, well, for example, in real life, let's flatten the curve. It's only 2 weeks, guys. It's only 2 weeks. What could possibly go wrong? Just 2 weeks, baby. Yeah, just 2 weeks. Yeah, that's right. Just 2 weeks. Tyrone did not believe that when I heard that. I knew it was bullshit. Trust me, Tyrone knows when someone was lying, because I lied too. Anyways, man, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Halloween. Yeah, whatever. It was so what they do is that they first start out with a small request. You get mad, you get angry at it, but eventually, like the good adaptable animals that we are, we adapt and we get used to it, and then they ramp it up more, and then they ramp it up more, and then they ramp it up more. And the reason why they're allowed to do that is because you don't have an internal set of values that you could use as a backup. It's like having a thermostat. After a certain temperature, the thermostat turns on and heats the place to the required temperature. If you're not aware of that, your place could get really cold. So you gotta have an internal thermostat of standards. We gotta know what they are, and when they're broken, you gotta have a set of reactions to those broken standards that's appropriate to the situation. So that you say, okay, he did this, what does my rule book say? Oh, fuck. God damn it, I gotta wait 2 days to text him back now. Shit. Now you don't text him back. Even though your emotions want to do it, you still do that. Why? Because it's more of it's prudence. It's prudent to do that type of stuff. Let's keep watching.
Knowing that she'd be funding the whole thing.
Who's going to pay for this? Who's going to do the paperwork? Where are they going to live?
But their issues didn't stop there. Daniel talking to a girl at the bar made her more upset.
Oh, Lord, so not only... Oh, shit. Bro, if there's ever a time for that music, it is during this catch. Look at this. Like, dude, you better fucking run. Like, you better, she'll turn into Michael Myers, bro.
And it seemed like this relationship was a failure to launch. But somehow they ended up making up and making out. Ugh.
Ugh.
And now they're preparing to finish their K-1 visa process. So what happened?
Jesus
what got her to reconsider
Christ.
funding his whole family to come to the US? Let's find out. Awesome!
I'm excited because
This type of, man, this is ridiculous. We're gonna see a whole bunch of mental gymnastics right now.
the last piece of paperwork that Daniel needed to complete the K1 application, we finally got
Let me
it.
guess, and she
It
did,
seems as
and
though
she did all the work, and he didn't want to do any other work. Watch.
Magic Fairy has waved a wand, and now this miserable couple has turned a corner.
We have the interview in the embassy tomorrow.
Really?
Tomorrow at 10:10.
I'm gonna make sure this becomes a screenshot. Actually,
We finally got it.
take a picture. I feel bad for this lady, but at the same time, I don't, because it's kind of like, girl, you gotta wake up, man. You're looking ridiculous.
It seems as though a Magic Fairy has waved a wand, and now this miserable couple has turned a corner.
We have the interview in the embassy tomorrow.
Really?
Tomorrow at 10:30.
Are you kidding?
I just made the appointment. I was the phone with the people in the embassy.
Good job, Daniel. Look at you making phone calls all by yourself.
Good for him. Good manipulator. I like that. I appreciate it.
Tomorrow.
I thought it was gonna take at least 2 weeks.
Me too. That's so fast.
I'm having a hard time believing this all just worked out in the 10 days she was in Costa Rica. My guess is that this was planned before she got here. If she really just found out, she'd be jumping on that bed celebrating.
All night tonight. We're gonna go through all
Yeah,
the questions.
100%.
I have to go through all 100 questions.
Practice.
You need to know everything about me.
According to Google, this interview consists of up to 100 questions that ask you things about you, your fiance, your relationship, and your wedding. It seems like something you wouldn't need to study for, but it's recommended that you go over the questions with your fiance.
I'm the one that's been doing all the research. I'm the one that has done almost everything for this.
And now it all comes down to Daniel alone in this interview, and Amber has no control over him in there.
I can do all this paperwork correctly. There's nothing I can do for you when you walk into those doors.
You see, and that's the thing. Anytime you feel like you have to do most of the load to make a relationship work, anytime you feel like you have to do most of the therapy, most of the manipulation to watch my channel, it's not working out. Look, man, look, love, listen to me, boo-boo. Look, Melissa, you fucking hard-headed ass, lovable person. Hey, be nice now, okay? Shut up, okay? You can't let your heart get in the way, okay? I know you want love, and I know you want to be loved, okay? It's understandable. But you're looking like a clown trying to make this thing work out. People make fun of you behind your back when guys lose respect for you. Whenever they see you trying to work something that they don't want to work out, and they won't tell you because they like it. You'll force a situation even if somebody doesn't want you. You'll force it. And the reason why you're forcing it is because you're doing it to fulfill a fantasy. You're divorced from reality. You can't even, you do know he doesn't like you, but you don't even want to admit it to yourself. You're lying to yourself. You know, so it's kind of like, how do you ever expect to ever find any kind of happiness doing that? It doesn't work that way. You're just divorcing yourself even further from reality. And when you do that, it is the beginning of the end, without a doubt.
But you can't. You have to choose on me.
You have to let him fly on his own, Amber.
If this K1 interview gets denied, you have to start over. New packet, new paperwork,
Bitch, you just stop it. God damn it, man.
new check.
She doesn't have the fight left in her to do this again, so it all comes down to this.
Today is a really big day. Daniel has his K1 visa interview at the embassy.
This is the last step of the process, and she is nervous.
I'm sorry I'm a little intense right now and I made you change your shirt like 4 times, but at this point, I'm just nervous.
She dressed him and organized everything.
It's okay.
He's
you don't
like
have to-
mom, yo. He's like the boy. This is literally a mama's boy.
I got this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Don't touch it.
But don't worry, she's fine.
I won't be okay if he gets denied.
Okay, maybe not.
Everything that I've been doing comes down to this moment. So now it's your turn to wrap it up, okay?
They're on the way to the interview, and I think Daniel has had enough of Amber today.
I'm not saying you're gonna screw it up.
Shut
I'm
the
not.
fuck up.
How did you say it?
I'm just nervous.
Don't freak out the guy right before. Quick, Daniel, find out a way to get out of this conversation.
So silly.
That's right, pretend to sleep.
Baby. I know you're trying to
You see, she's.
wake up, please.
Pretending to sleep doesn't work.
He's getting annoyed with me.
Let the guy pretend sleep and not talk to you. Sheesh.
I'm sorry, I don't mean.
You gotta be able to read people. Like honestly, like that's something that I'm actually working on. When it comes to like I go to school, I'm always trying to not read people, but understand people, listen. And it's kind of you got to learn how to take some nonverbal cues. You see, an exercise that I want you guys to do, and most likely you guys are not going to do this to be honest with you. But whenever you're talking to people, try to see what they're saying try to see what they're saying through the nonverbals. Try to listen to what they're saying more through how they say it than what they say. For example, imagine that if you were to get a message from somebody, what would you prefer? A message in person or a written letter? Which one would tell you more? Obviously in person, but why is that? Same words, but now you have what? Context. Now you have voice tone. Now you have nonverbal. Now let me ask you this. How much communication are you losing by just reading the text? How much communication? Maybe 80% of the communication, perhaps, to be honest with you. Because when you read it, you actually add on what you think they say when you read it. But when you're in person, you get context. So you get more of the communication simply because you're observing their reaction, you're observing their nonverbals, you're observing the way they talk. Now, how much of what you're already receiving are you missing out because you're actually focusing on words more than the nonverbal? We could possibly say you're missing out on maybe 80% of nonverbal communication. You're missing out on such a big part of people, of the things that people are consciously communicating to you that is truly shocking. That when you actually begin to pay attention, you're gonna feel sort of insecure because you didn't know you were missing out on so much that you sort of say, oh my God, like more people than I thought don't like me. Like you're like, that person doesn't like me. It's kind of crazy. How the fuck did I not see that?
90 days when he comes over.
Look, I hope she fucking does what she needs to do. Keep promising him, yeah, nigga, I'm gonna bring him over and not do it because it'll bring pleasure to my cynical mind. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life, this is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have two nieces, one is 19 and one is 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get him. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're going to be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man. Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right? This one would teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women on power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even a dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship. And this, a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. And how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you could read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so most likely I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video. Right there, you'll see it, and you can pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat, because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. Oh, I'm closing the channel.